Well, we're turning again to Genesis chapter 22. And this morning, as we continue on with our look at the subject of worship, last week we looked at the Saviour's statement in John chapter 4, where we must worship the Lord in spirit and in truth. This morning we want to develop that theme a little further and look here at Genesis chapter 22 for a blueprint for our worship services, how we are to worship the Lord. Now, there is what we refer to as a hermeneutical principle. Now, hermeneutics is really the study of preaching and of Bible study and of tying those two things together. And so how we interpret the Scriptures follow what we call hermeneutical principles. And one of those principles is what we refer to as the law of first mention. The law of first mention. And that principle teaches us that the first time that a word or a doctrine is found in the Scriptures helps to determine how it's to be understood through the rest of the Bible. As for instance, when we think of the word Egypt as it's used in the Scriptures, the first mention of the word Egypt is in Genesis chapter 12 and verse 10. And Abram leaves Canaan during a time of famine, and he goes down to Egypt. And when he is there, he suffers spiritual loss, and he damages his testimony. And so Egypt is presented in a negative light. And so as a general rule, that's how Egypt is perceived throughout the rest of the Bible. It's a place where the children of Israel find themselves in bondage.